If you've been told to pull your shoulders back and down in an attempt to improve your posture, which is something I've been told since I've been a kid and I applied it for many years, then I'm going to explain to you why this is actually causing more harm than good, because there's quite a few things that we're doing wrong here, which are just going to cause the body to overly compensate and then potentially cause more issues down the line. Now, the first question is, why are we wanting to pull the shoulders back and down in the first place? Well, this can be because our shoulders are rounded forwards. We have kyphosis in the back. We want to appear to look taller, or we just want to look even more confident, which is all very valid reasons to improve your posture and why you would want to think pulling your shoulders back and down is actually good advice. Really, what's happening is when we are pulled forwards like this, is our fascia line, our fascia in the front part of the chest, the neck, all the way down to the pelvis has become too tight, and it lost its fluidity and its glide, so it's pulling us down, and then the shoulders internally rotate and the head and the neck shoot forwards. So what we really need to do is decompress and open up the space, and then train our diaphragm how to breathe and expand these ribs so that we have more of a powerful foundation. And then of course we need to create some stability and make this a full body postural approach so that we can actually maintain this all the way from the feet to the shoulders and the head. Now, to answer the question why we don't want to be pulling the shoulders back and down is because we're just adding a compensation on top of a poor foundation. For example, if we are stuck in this posture that I mentioned, then we are either going to pull the shoulders back and attempt to be down like this, but our head and our neck is still forwards, or we're gonna overly compensate and then we're gonna flare the ribs, our pelvis is going to tip forwards, then we're gonna extend the spine too much and create too much of a flat upper back. And then this is also just creating too much contraction, concentric orientation in the mid to upper back, because we're just trying to be like this all day. So we added compression from the front, now on top of that into the back. So we're just sandwiching our rib cage because there's too much compression now coming from both sides. Part one of this routine is gonna be a fascia decompression approach. And what we're gonna be doing here is, of course, decompressing the connective tissue and more of the anterior superficial line of the body that pulls us down all the way from the SCMs, the front of the neck, all the way down to the pelvis, and we're gonna be working in the sternum. Once we can unlock and release more of that compression in the chest, then we can more easily access our breath and expand as we breathe into that area. Now don't be mistaken that this is a chest breather. It's very different than engaging the breath through the neck compared to through the diaphragm and consciously bringing your awareness there. So you're gonna either use a block from block therapy or a tightly rolled up towel like this, and we're gonna be working directly on the sternum. And I'm gonna have the block on its side like this. Now, nice and slow, as I bring myself to the block, I'm gonna feel the bottom portion of the block on the bottom part of my sternum, and then of course the top part higher up on the sternum. I can have my arms by my side like this, or I can bring my arms a little bit more out in front of me here. Now, the first thing I want you to do is posteriorly tilt your pelvis, so tuck your pelvis slightly like this, and then I want you to exhale fully. Feel those side abs engaged as you've exhaled fully. Now, our elbows and our hands are relaxed here, but I want you to inhale through your nose nice and gently, and bring your awareness into the front part of your chest, your sternum, where the block is, and try to breathe into that space. So this is what a breath will look like. And I just created a ton of expansion. I actually felt myself lifting off of the block slightly. So what this is doing is the compression from the block and the breath from the inside now out is going to help decompress the connective tissue and create more anterior expansion in this area of the rib cage. So we're gonna spend about 3 to 5 minutes here. You can slowly torque or twist over to the right, and the slower you move, the more of a release and more effective this will be. So don't try to slide and move quick or anything. And another tip is you can gently glide yourself towards the front without sliding. We're staying gripped. And then you're gonna get to an end range here, and you're gonna feel that there's something blocking you from getting further. That's your fascia. We want to decompress and release some of these adhesions and compression here. Once you spend 3 to 5 minutes following that technique, exhale up and off. And now we're gonna grab a rolled up towel. It doesn't have to be this high. And we're gonna position this directly on these low ribs just below the chest. I'm gonna now have the towel horizontal to me. And as I get into this, this is going to start creating more extension in the back while keeping these low ribs down, so we're not just compensating and flaring the ribs open, while bringing more of our breath to the front part of the chest. So I'm gonna have my arms out by my side just like this. It looks like a similar setup to what we were just doing, but it is quite a bit different. Now we're gonna tuck the pelvis under us slightly. As we're here, I want you to start with your head on the ground, and then very slowly, without pushing with your arms, try to use your extensors in your back. And then we're just gonna get to an end range here. So we're trying to extend our back with our musculature rather than just pushing like this. So as you get to that first end range, and I don't want you to go too far, just get to about here. I want you to inhale while keeping those low ribs down and feel the breath traveling again into the front part of the chest. We're gonna start creating a little bit more expansion there. So this is what a breath will look like. Exhale fully. Bring those low ribs down. I'm tucking the pelvis slightly. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. Inhale gently through the nose. Now you're of course going to feel the entire rib cage expand as we start accessing our diaphragm more. So it's going to start from the bottom up, but I want you to try and direct more breath into the front part of your rib cage. For your next breath, you can get a little bit higher. Exhale fully, keep those low ribs down. Inhale, you're gonna feel your entire rib cage expanding, but I want you to feel a little bit more in that front part of your chest. And I felt a lot there. So you're gonna be holding that and performing about 8 to 10 full breaths. And then when you're ready, nice and slow, exhale up and off. You're probably gonna start to feel already a little bit different, and we're gonna finish this off with one last exercise. Now for part 3 of this video, all you're gonna need is a cable machine, or you can use a band that you can just hook up to approximately this height. Now this is gonna be training a little bit more of shoulder extension and engage a little bit more musculature on the back to help stabilize the shoulder and the shoulder joint and to bring it back a little bit more. But before we do this, because we're in a standing position, let's quickly review our posture. We wanna feel all 3 points of contact of our foot on the floor, the heel, the ball of the big toe, and the 5th metatarsal head. Find and feel that even distribution, if not about 60% of your weight on your heels. Now maintain a slight bend in the knees and a neutral pelvis. You can tip it forwards, backwards a couple times and find that neutral pelvis. Exhale fully, bring those low ribs down so our diaphragm and our pelvic floor is stacked. We're not extended or flared open like this. And now when we're here, we're gonna start off with one arm at a time, and let's get into that posture. I'm gonna take a step away from the cable or the band, and then as I maintain a soft bend in my elbow, I'm gonna be bringing my left arm down to my pocket like this. Now I don't want the shoulder to cave or dump forwards like this. We're just bringing it to the genuine range of motion that you have. So it might only be to about here, it might only be to about here, and that's okay. We want to train in the range of motion that we actually have available. So as I'm doing this with both feet planted and I'm feeling this really solid posture here, I'm going to then bring my right arm into more flexion. So now I'm creating a little bit more of this reciprocal motion here. So you're gonna feel your cores engaging a little bit, which is good. And we're gonna inhale on the way up, exhale as we bring this down. And I'm even pushing down a little bit here as well. You're gonna perform 8 to 10 reps on the left, then 8 to 10 reps on the right. Now to progress this further, to really mimic the gait cycle and get the lower body involved, we're gonna be balancing on one foot at a time. So if I'm working on my left, I'm gonna be having my weight on my right leg. And as I bring the left arm down, the right arm's coming forward, the left leg is coming forwards as well. And then I'm gonna be bringing everything back, kind of like I am walking. So I'm doing this a little fast, but find those points of contact. Make sure you're not tipped or tilted forwards with the pelvis, and nice and slow, we're going to be creating this reciprocal and contralateral motion. And then you're gonna be doing that on the opposite side. So now weight's on my left, and I'm going to be bringing the right arm down, right leg forwards, left arm forwards. I know this sounds a little confusing initially, but just think that we are walking. And this is what we're doing here. So that wraps up that exercise and this video. This is the routine to follow. So we started with the sternum position, spend about 3 to 5 minutes there, and then we worked in that extension and anterior expansion of our chest wall. Perform 2 to 3 sets of about 8 to 10 breaths to really open that space up, and then we move on to this exercise. Start with the first progression, not the second one right away. You're gonna be doing about 8 to 10 repetitions on each arm, do 2 to 3 sets. Once you've done that for a few times or a week or 2 weeks, then you can progress to the second progression. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.